Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're preparing for the IELTS speaking test and aiming for that elusive Band 9, you've landed in the right place. In today's video, we'll go through a full IELTS speaking mock test on one of the most important and socially relevant topics, healthcare system. This topic often appears in Part 3 because it allows you to show maturity, logical reasoning, and global awareness. We'll walk through Parts 1, 2, and 3, and I'll give you Band 9 model answers, advanced expressions, and examiner-style insights. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your IELTS study group. And let's dive into today's test. Part 1 is your warm-up. Here, the examiner will ask questions about your country's healthcare and your personal views. Your answers should sound natural, clear, and sincere. Add short explanations or examples. That's how you demonstrate fluency and depth.
Is healthcare free in your country?
In my country, basic healthcare is partially subsidized by the government, especially in public hospitals. People can access emergency care and essential services at a low cost, but private hospitals charge much higher fees. Over the years, the government has made healthcare more affordable, but rural areas still face challenges due to a lack of doctors and equipment.
Do you think healthcare should be free for everyone?
Yes, I believe universal healthcare should be a fundamental human right. Everyone deserves access to medical treatment, regardless of income or background. Of course, free healthcare requires a strong economy and efficient management. Otherwise, quality can decline. But overall, investing in public health benefits society as a whole.
Have you ever been to a hospital?
Yes, once when I broke my arm in secondary school. I remember being nervous, but the doctors and nurses were incredibly professional and kind. The experience made me appreciate how much effort healthcare workers put in, especially when they're dealing with stress and long hours. It gave me a lot of respect for the medical profession.
Do people in your country prefer public or private hospitals?
It depends on their financial situation. Wealthier people often go to private clinics because of shorter waiting times and better facilities. However, most citizens still rely on public hospitals, especially for serious conditions. The challenge is that public hospitals are often overcrowded, which can affect the overall quality of care.
How do people in your country take care of their health?
People are becoming more health conscious now. Many try to exercise regularly, eat balanced meals, and go for annual checkups. However, in rural areas, preventive health awareness is still quite low. The government is running campaigns about vaccination, diet, and lifestyle to educate people, and that's a positive step forward.
What do you think are the biggest health problems in your country?
I'd say the top issues are heart disease, diabetes, and air pollution-related illnesses. As lifestyles become more sedentary and diets richer in processed food, chronic diseases are increasing. On top of that, urban pollution is causing respiratory problems. I think public health education is crucial to tackling these problems before they become national crises.
In Part 2, you'll get a cue card and 1 minute to prepare. You should organize your talk like a mini-story, give background, describe details, and end with your reflection. To hit Band 9, use vivid description, topic-specific vocabulary, and emotional authenticity.
Describe a time when you received good medical care.
One memorable experience I had with medical care was about 2 years ago when I suffered from a severe stomach infection. I had high fever, nausea, and couldn't eat for days. My family took me to a nearby public hospital, and even though it was quite busy, the staff acted quickly and professionally. The doctor who treated me was extremely attentive. She explained everything clearly, the diagnosis, the medication, and even gave me advice on diet and hydration. I remember feeling reassured by her calm demeanor. The nurses also checked on me regularly, even though the ward was full. After 3 days of treatment, I fully recovered. What impressed me most was how compassionate the staff were, despite having limited resources. That experience really made me appreciate the dedication of healthcare professionals. It also made me realize how important it is for governments to support hospitals, so doctors can focus on patients, not paperwork or shortages.
Part 3 is where the examiner wants to see your analytical thinking and ability to discuss social or policy issues. For a Band 9, express your opinions clearly, use linking devices, and support your ideas with logic or examples.
Should governments spend more on hospitals or preventive care?
That's a very interesting question. Personally, I believe preventive care deserves more attention because it's cost-effective in the long term. If people are educated about healthy living, proper nutrition, exercise, and early checkups, many serious diseases can be avoided entirely. However, hospitals are still essential for emergencies and specialized treatments. Ideally, governments should strike a balance between prevention and treatment.
How has technology improved healthcare?
Technology has revolutionized the medical field. We now have robotic surgeries, telemedicine, and AI-assisted diagnosis. These innovations make healthcare more accurate and accessible, especially in remote areas. For example, during the pandemic, online consultations helped thousands of patients get medical advice safely. However, there's still a digital gap. Not everyone can afford or access these services.
Do you think rich countries have better healthcare than poor ones?
Generally, yes. Wealthier countries have stronger infrastructure, better training, and advanced technology. But having money doesn't automatically guarantee better health outcomes. Sometimes, community-based programs in developing countries are more effective because they focus on accessibility and human connection. In my opinion, the best system combines both efficiency and compassion.
What can be done to improve healthcare in rural areas?
First, governments should invest in rural clinics and mobile health units. Secondly, offering financial incentives for doctors to work in remote areas can make a big difference. Finally, digital tools like telehealth can connect patients with specialists in cities. The goal should be to close the urban-rural healthcare gap.
Do you think people should pay for healthcare services?
To some extent, yes. A small co-payment can prevent people from overusing healthcare services unnecessarily. But basic and essential care should remain free or highly subsidized. Health shouldn't be treated as a privilege. It's a fundamental right and a shared responsibility between citizens and the state.
How can countries prepare for global health crises like pandemics?
That's an excellent question. Countries need to strengthen their healthcare infrastructure. More hospitals, laboratories, and trained professionals. International cooperation is also crucial because diseases don't respect borders. Governments should invest in early warning systems and vaccine research to respond faster next time. The pandemic taught us that no country can face global health challenges alone.
And that's the end of our IELTS Speaking full mock test on the topic healthcare system. We covered Part 1, personal experiences and views about healthcare access and challenges. Part 2, a cue card describing a time you received medical care. Part 3, an in-depth discussion about healthcare funding, technology, and global cooperation. To achieve Band 9, remember to use analytical and emotional vocabulary naturally. Compare perspectives, individual versus government, developed versus developing countries. Show awareness of real-world issues. Keep your tone confident, calm, and compassionate. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your IELTS friends. Comment below which topic you'd like next. Maybe work-life balance, friendship, or choosing a career. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Band 9 speaking practice video.